Bonjour, this is Laurent, and now is your time to relax. Today's session is about pleasure and denial. Every time you are going to listen to that file, you're going to experience intense hypnotic pleasure. Every time you listen to it, it's gonna get so much more intense than the previous time. But no matter how much you want it, you will not be allowed to release. You see, being very aroused and experiencing so much pleasure without releasing is a test of your submission. Frustration is part of experiencing total loss of control, and frustration leads to obedience. Feelings of obedience and abandoning yourself that can be so intense. How far you take this experience is completely up to you. How long do you think you can be happy with yourself not releasing? Will you listen to that intense file once and give up? Or will you listen to it every day for a month or even 2? Of course, if you want to spice things up, you can just join me on my Discord with the link in the description and just give me total control of your pleasure. Now, I want you to stare in the center of the spiral and listen to me again, just focusing on how my words feel in your head, that delightful buzzing sensation my voice seems to create in your body, echoing through you so deeply. Keep staring at the very center of that spiral. It feels so good to feel your mind and your vision getting progressively blurrier and blurrier. And you want to keep looking, and you want to keep fading, sleepy. That intense combination of the sound of my voice and how light it makes you feel, and that spiral and how drowsy it makes you feel, as everything that comes out of focus can naturally be focused on without any need to pay attention to it as you rapidly fade. And you may find that staring at that spiral is getting more and more difficult to do, because my voice knows what is good for you, and you don't need to know anything because you're just fading down and feeling that growing, numb sensation in your body starting to take over. And it's okay if your eyes are tired by now. It's okay if your vision is starting to get affected by all this staring and all this listening, because you just know you can close your eyes at any moment and drop. Maybe you want to drop and keep your eyes opened. Maybe you drop right now and just surrender to that hypnotic sleep. But either way, your eyes are so heavy now. So heavy and so tired, and they just want to close. They get so much more heavy, so much more sleepy. And it's perfectly okay to let my voice make you heavier, sleepier, and to keep staring, or maybe to drop even more as I start counting down you can get closer and closer to that state you desire. With 10, staring deeper, or maybe dropping down deeper already. 9, that's right, going deeper into trance. 8, allowing everything to fade and closing your eyes if you didn't already. 7, feel every number and every word pull you down so much more than the previous one. 6, sinking, fading, going down. 5, reaching that place where it's alright to listen without listening. 4, following without following. 3, no need to focus on what's said and starting to listen inward to follow even more. 2, just like that. 1, almost all the way down, knowing that the next number will drag you even deeper down. 0, drop, all the way down, enjoying floating there for me once more, always deeper, deeper every time, faster every time, just like that, all the way down now. And now that you are completely relaxed, I want you to focus all your attention in between your legs. And as you do, you can allow yourself to feel warm sensations there. These warm, tingly sensations you know and love. That sensation of wanting to touch, of needing to touch. That feeling you get when someone or something touches that part of your mind that controls your arousal level. And when that happens, when this part gets triggered and that tingling starts right there, the moment you notice it, it is already too late. Sometimes a single word can start it. Sometimes someone just knows how to provoke it. And maybe it's the fact that you are following in such a submissive way, so deep and so helpless here with me. Maybe it's the fact that you naturally need other people to control your actions. But when you are so deeply focused on someone obviously controlling you so good, that part of your mind just starts to go on its own little tangent that ends up in thoughts, that ends up in sensations that naturally make that tingle happen. Maybe you can imagine a hand there, not yours, just touching, rubbing up and down, round and around, and it can start to tingle even more in a pleasurable way. But your hands remain just where they are, and these sensations, that need to stimulate yourself keeps growing and growing more intense, just like that, intense. And it's like the more you think about how much more intense this need, this deep craving to touch is becoming, the more you notice how the word intense seems to just make it more intense. That's right. In fact, for some of you, it might become so intense that it feels like a wave of pleasure going through your body already. A wave that makes you want to touch, even though you know you shouldn't. But the more intense it gets, the more difficult it is to resist that sensation. Yet you have to. You have to resist that intense urge to do it. That's right. Knowing that from now on, the word intense, whenever you hear me say it, will make you feel that intense sensation again. It doesn't matter if you are awake or deeply hypnotized. This intense craving to touch and experience more of that hypnotic pleasure that is going to fill your mind and your body is going to remain with you and intensify the more you hear me say the word. Every time you will listen to this file, the word intense is just going to have a stronger hold of you. It will become harder and harder not to cave in and just touch. But I know you're going to be good for me and hold it until you are desperate and needy enough, because deep down you just know how much I like it when you are that pathetic. Very good. And there is no need for you to think about the words that I say, as every word that I say can gently flow automatically and pleasurably into that part of your mind that remembers to follow automatically when you forget that you're following pleasurably, and it's all so good, right there in your head, ready to be used at all times during this denial program of yours. Very good. And in a moment, I am going to bring you back up by counting from 1 to 5. And when I reach the number 5, you will be fully alert and refreshed. And it will feel like you just had a wonderful, restful sleep. But for now, I just need you to let all the words that have been said naturally stay in that sleeping part of your mind that guides your body and actions. Rising up now with 1, gently rising. 2, more and more aware. 3, feeling your awareness of the room around you coming back to your senses. 4, taking a deep breath in, stretching if you feel the need to. And 5, wide awake. Are you going to disappoint me and touch now already? Or are you going to listen to this over and over and over again?